I'm Kurt Shimmers. Every day, fortunes are gained and lost in the financial markets. News, trends, and even geopolitical events shape your financial landscape. Join me and my expert guests right now on Traders Nation. Welcome. You are tuned in to Traders Nation. Thanks for making us a part of your day. Certainly appreciate it. Hey, listen, John Grace is going to be with us here today. He's founder and president of Investors Advantage. Did you know that 1 in 5 Americans have no retirement savings at all? And 1 in 3 baby boomers have barely more than that. All right, we're going to be talking about John and what a possible solution or solutions to that would be. Certainly payment processors and towers. Gambling stocks remain on our list. I tell you what, we got some nice charts setting up on a couple of these. You're not going to want to miss that. Get your pencils ready and your paper going. You're tuned in to Traders Nation.
Traders Nation. Get Pro Online DVD Trader today. Whether you're an experienced trader or just beginning, you'll improve your skills dramatically. Click on the Knowledge Center button to order your copy today. Traders Nation, delivering what you want when you want it. Traders Nation.
Okay.
Hi, this is Willie Nelson.
Yeah.
You're tuned in to Traders Nation.
Willie. Yeah, it's just not a Traders Nation show until we hear from Willie.
That's right.
All right, hey Don. Hey, listen, we got quite a lineup here today. We got some data storage places, towers, payment processors, gambling. Huge list here today. We got to get into it. Let's start with payment processors, Don. MA is the ticker symbol. MasterCard certainly is a stock. Currently trading at $191.46. Going on here today. Hey, Don, take a look at the charts on this thing. It's absolutely fantastic. This chart, the stock has some tremendous gains we've been talking about forever. Still digesting these gains at this level here today. Bring it up on your charts. Don, your thoughts.
Well, MasterCard's a great stock. So's Visa. They're right there. They're the twins in the business. And there's some other good news in the business. And those charts, by the way, they are great.
Yeah.
But if you take a look now at Square,
Sure.
Square is up a little bit today, but Square is raising $750 million in a debt offering to do some more acquisitions. And PayPal has announced an acquisition in Europe. They're buying a company called iSettle. But this is a sector that tends to be on fire right now, the finance and the payers.
Yeah, absolutely. And the money movers. I mean, if you're in the money moving business, somehow or another, you are tagging along and getting some revenue in your deep pockets when it comes to some of these payment processors. MasterCard, MA, Square, SQ, PayPal, PYPL are the ticker symbols on that. Let's move on to Visa. Visa and Corp currently trading at $131.19. Slightly up today since we spoke of it last. The moving average. Look, I mean, if you look at this, just like MasterCard, Don, same thing here, digesting these gains. It's leveled off, planed, and now it looks like it's ready to be poised to move. Bring your charts up on this, Don.
And don't forget PAGS.
Oh.
PagSeguro Digital Limited, that's a Brazilian company.
Yeah.
Same business, smaller company, up and coming. Put it up on your screens, take a look at it, and watch it. PAGS.
Yeah, I'm liking it. PAGS, put on your radar. Last one on our payment processors, folks, is going to be Western Union. Currently trading at $20.10 here today. Average volume, about 5.1 million shares. Today's volume, 394K. Not bad. It's respectable. Once again, bring it up on your chart. Great-looking chart. Trading above its 200-day moving average here. All right, so, Don, we're going to find some resistance at $20.50.
Well, Western Union's not going anywhere, but that's one, it's a lower price stock, $20, just hangs tight. We're actually going to have to check the dividend on that, too. That probably pays a dividend. They've been around forever.
They certainly have, all right, ever since the horse days. All right, so, Don, that's right. Gambling, let's move on to gambling, Don. GLPI on our list here today, Gaming and Leisure, currently trading at $35.09. 168,000 shares exchanging hands here today. Beautiful chart on this. Resistance is right here around $35. Looks like the stock is set up to challenge that 200-day moving average, Don. That's around the $35.60 range. Got an MACD crossover, folks. Flow, etc. Everything turning up on this. If you don't know what I'm talking about, get on over to TradersNation.com, get a copy of Pro Online Trader DVD. Click on that More button. MACD crossover, Flow crossover, everything turning up on this one. Don, your thoughts?
Well, GLPI is a company a lot of people haven't heard of it, gaming and leisure properties. This is a business that buys assets and then leases the properties back to the Tropicanas of the world,
nice.
The Boyd Gamings of the world.
Nice.
And here it is. I believe that's a Las Vegas-based company. GLPI, keep your eyes on it, $35. We called it here several weeks ago.
Yeah, no doubt. Gaming and Leisure is the name of the company. Golf Lima Papa International is the phonics for that one. Once again, keep it on your radar. I am liking the chart on this. Hey, Don, I want to move on to data storage. Certainly, nice mix of stocks here today, right, Don? Payment processor gaming.
On COR, you brought that up earlier in the day when we were speaking. And COR is a stock that's up today on a down day. Market's now down with about 180 points.
Yeah.
But the COR is one of these large data storage REITs, and there it is, stock trading in here. Where is it?
104.
What is it?
104. Yeah, 104.87 is where it's currently trading at right now. A little bit light on the volume, stock is, but it's a beautiful chart. Once again, bring it up on your charts. 200-day moving average, folks, is getting at $108.60. So, is it going to challenge it? I certainly think so. Here's why, because, again, charts are saying MACD is got a crossover, flow, etc. Everything is to the upside on this one. COR, Don. All right.
Okay, and the next on our list here is, what can I say? UNIT, Unit Group.
Nice. So UNIT is a unit group currently trading at $20.46. 209,000 shares exchanging hands here today. Average volume on this one's 2.2 million shares. Once again, bring this up on your charts. This stock has had a parabolic stair-step climb. It's digesting those gains right at $20, okay? And if you bring your charts up on this, you see exactly what I'm talking about. It's digesting these gains over the last, 4, 5, 6 trading sessions, okay? Now it seems like it's poised with today's action, with the volume coming in today with today's actions, it's poised for higher ground. That remains to be seen, but you better have this on your watch list if it's not there. UNIT, Don?
Well, this is a company that's in the 5G business, and 5G, the towers, will be exploding in the future because 5G is the next rollout for the cell phone companies, and these towers will be in tremendous demand, and Unit is one of the companies that provides the smaller towers.
Yeah.
They're going to be more localized, and it's one of the companies that's in the business.
Yeah, no doubt about that. So UNIT is one of them. Don, AMT is another one. American Tower, certainly probably the dominant one that's in this particular area domestically, and they're also international. Don, your thoughts on AMT?
These stocks, AMT, along with several others in the tower business, these stocks have been soft so far this year with some of the turmoil that's going on. But these are stocks that you can hold long-term because the tower business is not going away.
No.
And these companies have tremendous cash flow being generated from their status as being real estate investment trusts.
Yeah. Yeah, so here's the thing on this, folks, is somebody's got to carry that data. Certainly these towers are in the position to do that, okay? They're in the market to do that. And here's another thing. It's not only just carrying the data, Don. These towers, as you say, are REITs. Why? Because they own that real estate, man. If you're at the top of a tower and you look straight down, that footprint of that tower is land, and they own that. And that's why these are kind of like REIT plays too. So they own the land that they're sitting on, Don.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, once again, these businesses are not going away. If anything, they're going to expand.
They're going to need to, because that's what carries the data. That's what carries the cell phone users. That's what carries everything, right?
That's correct.
Data's done. I mean, if you look at the overall picture here, and I'm looking at my stock list right now, and we're looking at data storage companies, data transfer companies, payment processors are all using electronic data. Data's king, isn't it, Don?
Well, sure. That's why these data centers are getting larger and larger and larger. Amazon, Microsoft, and a bunch of other high-tech companies, they can't build these data centers fast enough to store the data. And it's all third party where the data is being stored out in the cloud. And there it is.
That's absolutely right. That's a good example. Amazon would be one. Google, I mean, look at Google, Facebook, Twitter. Look at the data that's being stored on all those. Unbelievable amounts of data. If the government can only, I don't know if they do or not, but only the government can get their hands on that data, Don.
We'll have to devote more time on another show, but there's a big difference with some of these data centers, too, because some now are what we call hyperscale. They're even larger than the normal data centers, and that's for even more data. We can talk about that in other segments coming up.
Yeah, we're totally going to have to, because that sounds to me like it's very, very interesting. Yeah, Don, that's a great topic. We're going to have to cover that. Hey, listen. Yeah. You know why? Because a million things just ran through my head on what we could cover on that, Don. Hey, listen, John. That's right, Don. John Grace, he's going to be coming up with us next. Retirement savings. Some bad numbers going on out there. Can it be fixed? Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Steve Forbes. You're watching Traders Nation.
Welcome back. You are tuned in to Traders Nation. My pleasure to have with us here today John Grace. He's founder and president of Investors Advantage Corp. Hey, John, welcome to Traders Nation. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you, Kurt?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for being with us. Hey, listen, 1 in 5 Americans, that's about 21%, have no retirement of savings at all, John. How can we encourage change on this? Is it possible?
Well, I think it's about the attitude, and I think it's about having some confidence. I like to help people understand, if you can quantify it in terms of what do you want in terms of an income, what are you expecting when you stop working to have as an income, and what's the difference? So to me, it's not much different than planning a vacation. A lot of pieces of the puzzle, it can be very...
Yeah, sure. So certainly...
It can, but if you don't see the target, you don't know what game you're playing. So you just put some money here, some money there, and then you hope for the best and discover that there's just not enough money there, but you never set up the target so that you could see how you might hit it, and that way you can play the game to hit that target.
So, John, you may agree on this, I'm sure. So what you're saying here is that folks need to really map out their financial plan. They have got to have a plan. They have to map it out. And quite honestly, they have to stick to it religiously, don't they? And if there's any change, they change it to the upside for betterment. Right, John?
Absolutely, and you're precisely right. If we're going to drive to Vegas, you make adjustments, right? You listen to the GPS. You see the sign that says objects on the road. Thank God for the technology.
Right.
So the same is to looking at our financial future.
Yeah.
If you need $40,000, it means that you have to have $1 million somewhere with a yield of 4%.
Right.
That's just what it takes. So it's a multiple of that. But again, we've got to see that target.
Okay, some would say, hey, listen, I'm 50 years old. Is it too late for me to start saving or start planning for a retirement? Yeah, they should have done it when they were 20, 25, 30, even 35, 40. But, some folks, maybe even lost their assets during the last decade. Is it too late at any age?
Never. I'm never going to allow people just to believe that they should be, completely asleep at the switch. You go, well, it's too late, so I'll just throw in the towel. No, let's play the game.
Yeah.
You watch games. You like the guys that get up and get back to business. So let's run your numbers so that you can see it may be a very difficult target, but if you see it, sometimes things come into focus where you go, I think I can begin to figure this out.
Sure, and I think that's also important there is laying it out on a table and see what the reality of it, the whole thing means. Just don't think about it in your head in the lounge chair. Put it out on the table. Get serious about savings and serious about doing it. All right, so let me ask you. So listen, I want to move on to some other numbers. Baby boomers. Everybody thinks that baby boomers are all set. They've got a load of cash in their nest egg, but not necessarily all true. 1 in 3 baby boomers have only $0 to $25,000 for their retirement. What's going on there?
Well, we've been asleep at the switch. We've been afraid. We lack the confidence. We're fearful.
Yeah.
And then we see people say, put the money here, there, or wherever,
Sure.
but we don't help them really recognize, first and foremost, if you're baby boomers are 46 to 64, so that's 72 today, this year, to 54.
Yeah.
And as I say, let's look at it in 2018 dollars. To me, that helps because it takes some of the mystery out of inflation. So let's see if I need, $100,000 and let's suppose I've got $30,000 coming in from my pension or guaranteed income or Social Security. So now the difference is 70. Take 70,000, multiply it times the factor of 25, and we can see that the target in today's dollars is $1,700,000.
All right,
that's just the target for you to get some clarity.
And I think that's fantastic. And we'll set up some tools that folks can hear about to get there. But you mentioned Social Security, and I think this is very important. You know, a lot of people have in their mind frame that Social Security is not going to be there when they retire. And what we're talking about here today is absolutely so critical because of that mind frame. In fact, 24% seem not at all likely that Social Security will be there. 51% indicate, well, somewhat likely that it may be there. So knowing that folks have this mindset that it may likely or may likely not be there, what are the tools that folks should be thinking about when they're going to set up a plan? We talked about mapping it out. What are the step-by-steps that they should be doing to get that in gear?
Great question. I always suggest that people go to ssa.gov to see if Social Security does show up. How will it show up for them? It probably will. I don't think the odds are very high that it won't, particularly for the boomers. But, you know, what happens is a lot of people just look at, I can take it now, and they don't factor in if they can keep working every year that they don't start Social Security, it's an 8% increase. So in some cases, it makes a lot of sense not to take it at 62 or 65, but to wait till 70 because that's the ceiling at which the Social Security increases stop, but to keep working to accumulate the money and then see that the Social Security benefits rise significantly at age 70. So make that part of the plan and then look at the difference. As I say, if it's 20 or 30 that you think you're going to have and you need 100, the difference is 70. Now, how are we going to make up for that difference?
That's exactly right. You know, it's funny when you mention that folks may be working longer. I think folks actually have that in their plan. I think they are planning. Maybe they feel they have to because they woke up one day, they realize, the money's not there. And if I'm going to live and buy food and buy medicine, I may have to work longer, and they may be working till the age of 70. Your thoughts on that?
I think it's a smart play, but don't be lackadaisical about it. Let's be purposeful, all right? So let's look at, where are the odds the best for you? It's a personal plan so that you can see what needs to happen so that you can make work optional and not, live too long with no money, because that's just no fun at all if you've worked all of your life. No. But if you're just kind of flying by the seat of your pants, then maybe you think hope is a strategy. I don't encourage people to think that. But sometimes we, as I say, we fall into this complacency. We're like, it's too hard and it's math, and math is a 4-letter word, and it's too complicated and it's too expensive. Let's just go on vacation. I can figure that out.
That's right. Well, hope allows us to sleep better at night, but the next day we got to pay bills, right? We got to pay rent. We gotta have a plan. Hey, listen, one thing that I was thinking that folks would probably do, certainly. So let's say your employer, you got a bonus structure in a given year. What if somebody were to get that bonus? That's like found money. That's not really in the household budget every month. What if they were to take that bonus money and stick it maybe into a Roth with their 401k or whatever? Something like that. Would that be a good idea?
It's always good to put some money somewhere where it can appreciate during the time that you don't need it.
Sure.
We're a country that all we think of and tell each other is spend, baby, spend. And let's just recognize that the debt levels, personal, corporate, and even government-wide, are as the highest they've ever been in history. I don't think that's very sustainable. No. So let's not just go out and buy more stuff that we get to clean and wax and put away and make it pretty. Let's figure out, how am I going to have this money that can grow to more than I put in there in 10 or 15 or 20 years, and make it as an income stream where, as I say, we can set the speed limit at 4%, but now we have an income that probably we will be able to live with for as long as we are here on this planet.
John, one of the things that I do is if I'm gonna purchase something, I always ask myself, do I really need this one, and can I eat this tomorrow if I had to? And so that kind of gives me
Yes, it makes all the sense in the world. And and that's why, I would suggest to people to look at, like, let's say you took that money, whether it's a Roth or you put it in a guaranteed vehicle, so that it's your personal pension, if you will, and if the pension survives, exactly what that paycheck is going to look like, and it won't stop.
I like it.
So that, on top of the Social Security, helps you see what the base is, and then you can look to see what, what else you need.
John, we're out of time. Where can I find you?
ybpoor.com is our website.
Head on over there today. Thanks, John. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You are tuning in to Traders Nation. Hey, Don, let's touch on the hyperscale again. We mentioned that in the last segment. Certainly want to hit that before we head out here today.
Well, the hyperscale data centers are nothing more than data centers, but they're geared for the largest companies in the world, of which there's only about 24, starting off with the usual suspects, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, etc. And these are the data centers. By the way, there's about 400 of these hyperscale data centers around the world, and it's growing in leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
As the cloud grows.
Sure. Don't trust the cloud.
That's right.
That's my disclosure. I say that in parentheses. So, Don, hyperscale, without doubt, I think we should do some more research on that and check out these companies. Not a lot of companies out there that do that. Demand's going to be big, if not already. Right, Don?
That's right. That's why we've got these REITs up on the screen, and that's why we talk about them.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so Don, hey, I want to give everyone a chance to find you out there on the web, World Wide Web, Don.
I'm Don McKelvey at Twitter, Don McKelvey at Facebook, Don McKelvey at LinkedIn. And by the way, you're Kurt Shimmers.
That's right. I am Kurt Shimmers. I am. You can find me in all those fantastic places, too. Be sure to like Don. He needs friends.
That's right.
Share his content, all that good stuff. Also mine, I surely appreciate it. I don't own anything. Don, you?
No.
All right. Everybody, we appreciate you tuning in today. Make us a part of your day. Absolutely. Certainly, we'll catch you on the next edition of Traders Nation. Have a great day.